"Such a quaint thing," said the Duchess. "I thought I'd tell you. You know little Mr. Phipps?"
"Phipps," said Lord Peter. "Phipps? Oh, yes, the little architect man who's doing the church roof. Yes, what about him?"
"Mrs. Throgmorton's just been in quite a state of mind."
"Sorry, Mother, I can't hear. Mrs. who?"
"Throgmorton. Throgmorton, the vicar's wife."
"Oh, Throgmorton, yes."
"Mr. Phipps rang them up this morning. It was his day to come down, you know."
"Yes?"
"He rang them up to say he couldn't. He was so upset, poor little man. He'd found a dead body in his bath."
"Sorry, Mother, I can't hear. Found what? Where?"
"A dead body, dear, in his bath."
"What? No, we haven't finished. Please don't cut us off. Hello? Hello? Is that you, Mother? Hello? Mother?" "Oh, yes. Sorry, the girl was trying to cut us off. What sort of body?"
"A dead man, dear, with nothing on but a pair of pince-nez. Mrs. Throgmorton positively blushed when she was telling me. I'm afraid people do get a little narrow-minded in country vicarages."
"Well, it sounds a bit unusual. Was it anybody he knew?"
"No, dear, I don't think so, but of course he couldn't give her many details. She said he sounded quite distracted. He's such a respectable little man, and having the police in the house and so on really worried him."
"Poor little Phipps. Uncommonly awkward for him. Let's see, he lives in Battersea, doesn't he?"
"Yes, dear. 59 Queen Caroline Mansions, opposite the park. That big block just round the corner from the hospital. I thought perhaps you'd like to run round and see him and ask if there's anything we can do. I always thought him a nice little man."
"Oh, quite," said Lord Peter, grinning at the telephone.
The Duchess was always of the greatest assistance to his hobby of criminal investigation, though she never alluded to it, and maintained a polite fiction of its non-existence.
"What time did it happen, Mother?"
"I think he found it early this morning, but of course he didn't think of telling the Throgmortons just at first. She came up to me just before lunch. So tiresome, I had to ask her to stay. Fortunately, I was alone. I don't mind being bored myself, but I hate having my guests bored."
"Poor old Mother. Well, thanks awfully for telling me. I think I'll send Bunter to the sale and toddle round to Battersea now and try and console the poor little beast. So long."
"Goodbye, dear."
"Bunter." "Yes, my lord." "Her Grace tells me that a respectable Battersea architect has discovered a dead man in his bath." "Indeed, my lord. That's very gratifying." "Very, Bunter. Your choice of words is unerring. I wish Eton and Balliol had done as much for me. Have you found the catalogue?" "Here it is, my lord." "Thanks. I'm going to Battersea at once. I want you to attend the sale for me. Don't lose time. I don't want to miss the Folio Dante, nor the de Voragine. Here you are, see? Golden Legend, Vinken de Verde, 1493. Got that? And I say, make a special effort for the Caxton Folio of the Four Sons of Aymon. It's the 1489 folio and unique. Look, I've marked the lots I want and put my outside offer against each. Do your best for me. I shall be back to dinner." "Very good, my lord." "Take my cab and tell him to hurry. He may for you. He doesn't like me very much." "Can I?" said Lord Peter, looking at himself in the 18th-century mirror over the mantelpiece. "Can I have the heart to fluster the flustered Phipps further? That's very difficult to say quickly. By appearing in a top hat and frock-coat? I think not. 10 to 1 he will overlook my trousers and mistake me for the undertaker. A grey suit, I fancy, neat, but not gaudy, with a hat to tone. Suits my other self better. Exit the amateur of first editions. New motive introduced by solo bassoon. Enter Sherlock Holmes, disguised as a walking gentleman. There goes Bunter. Invaluable fellow, never offers to do his job when you've told him to do something else. Hope he doesn't miss the Four Sons of Amen. Still, there is another copy of that, in the Vatican. It might become available, you never know, if the Church of Rome went to pot or Switzerland invaded Italy, whereas a strange corpse doesn't turn up in a suburban bathroom more than once in a lifetime. At least, I should think not. At any rate, the number of times it's happened, with a pince-nez, might be counted on the fingers of one hand, I imagine. Dear me, it's a dreadful mistake to ride two hobbies at once. He had drifted across the passage into his bedroom, and was changing with a rapidity one might not have expected from a man of his mannerisms. He selected a dark green tie to match his socks, and tied it accurately without hesitation or the slightest compression of his lips, substituted a pair of brown shoes for his black ones, slipped a monocle into a breast pocket, and took up a beautiful Malacca walking stick with a heavy silver knob. "That's all, I think," he murmured to himself. "Stay, I may as well have you. You may come in useful. One never knows." He added a flat silver matchbox to his equipment, glanced at his watch, and seeing that it was already 2:45, ran briskly downstairs, and hailing a taxi, was carried to Battersea Park. Mr. Alfred Phipps was a small, nervous man, whose flaxen hair was beginning to abandon the unequal struggle with destiny. One might say that his only really marked feature was a large bruise over the left eyebrow, which gave him a faintly dissipated air incongruous with the rest of his appearance. Almost in the same breath with his first greeting, he made a self-conscious apology for it, murmuring something about having run against the dining-room door in the dark. He was touched almost to tears by Lord Peter's thoughtfulness and condescension in calling. "I'm sure it's most kind of your lordship," he repeated for the 10th time, rapidly blinking his weak little eyelids. "I appreciate it very deeply indeed, and so would Mother, only she's so deaf I don't like to trouble you with making her understand. It's been very hard all day," he added, "with the policeman in the house and all this commotion. It's what Mother and me have never been used to, always living very retired, and it's most distressing to a man of regular habits, my lord, and really, I'm almost thankful Mother doesn't understand, for I'm sure it would worry her terribly if she was to know about it. She was upset at first, but she's made up some idea of her own about it now, and I'm sure it's all for the best." The old lady, who sat knitting by the fire, nodded grimly in response to a look from her son. "I always said as you ought to complain about that bath, Alfred," she said suddenly in a high piping voice peculiar to the deaf. "And it's to be hoped the landlord'll see about it now. Not but what I think you might have managed without having the police in, but there. You always were one to make a fuss about a little thing, from chicken pox up." "There now," said Mr. Phipps apologetically. "You see how it is. Not but what it's just as well she settled on that, because she understands we've locked up the bathroom and don't try to go in there. But it's been a terrible shock to me, sir. My lord, I should say. But there, my nerves are all to pieces. Such a thing has never happened to me in all my born days. Such a state I was in this morning. I didn't know if I was on my head or my heels. I really didn't, and my heart not being too strong, I hardly knew how to get out of that horrid room and telephone for the police. It's affected me, sir, it's affected me, it really has. I couldn't touch a bit of breakfast nor lunch neither, and what with telephoning and putting off clients and interviewing people all morning, I've hardly known what to do with myself." I'm sure it must have been unconscious.